research.
Yes, well, there is documents both in the UN and the African Union. The African Union has a fact-finding report that has been released in 2005. It clearly states Somaliland is a country, but the African Union, ignored all that and yesterday released the condemnation. It's ridiculous, actually.
I just wanted to give you one recommendation, for everybody that is from Somaliland. You guys need to
everything that we have in the country to create jobs in our country and to make business for the Israeli people. Thank you, Mr. Leslie. And if you have any questions, we are all here to answer your questions and to welcome you to this platform.
Thank you, Nora. And I just wanted to add one more thing, because somebody mentioned, the UN and the UN Security Council stuff. I wouldn't worry too much about the UN, to be honest with you. It's a total joke of an organization. But there are documents in the archives of the UN that do acknowledge the existence of Somaliland as an independent state, just so you know. It's something that nobody likes to talk about it, but they are there since 1960. It's basically every year, the countries have to basically register the treaties that they have with other countries. So when you guys became independent in the 1960s, there is a registry of the United Kingdom basically registering the treaty that they had with you guys as an independent state as part of the United Nations. Then, of course, all the rest of the history happened, but there are documents in the UN archives that do acknowledge you as an independent state. Beyond that, before your independence, there's also a commission that was done by the UN where they studied, quote unquote, the possibility of uniting Italian Somaliland with British Somaliland. And their assessment as the UN at the time was that it was none of their business to decide if this should be a united nation or not. So in terms of legality, you guys have nothing to worry about. You've been a country since the 1960s, and whether the world acknowledges
yes. Well, there is documents both in the UN and the African Union. The African Union has a fact-finding report that has been released in 2005. It clearly states Somaliland is a country, but the African Union, ignored all that and yesterday released the condemnation. It's ridiculous, actually.
I just wanted to give you one recommendation, for everybody that is from Somaliland. You guys need to focus in making sure people know your history. Don't let others define your history, because Israel made that mistake and it's paying for it dearly until today. So don't let that happen. Make sure you tell your history and don't let others define what your history is. That's just a recommendation.
Thank you so much for the advice. That's exactly the problem we are dealing with Somalia today. If I give you a little background, like Somalis are nomadic people. Like they live in Kenya, parts of Kenya. They live parts in Ethiopia. They live parts in Djibouti. They live in Somaliland as country and Somalia. Somaliland was the first Somali country that got its independence from British colonies. We were the first people who requested to be a member of the United Nations. That membership has been used by the Somalia till now. And we are still looking for our recognition, like somebody to recognize again, when they are using our chair, the number that we had at the United Nations, and all our documents. That's what they are using actually today. And that's what they will be using on Monday when they go to the United Nations. But that's going to end, and we're going to fix that problem. Thank you for the advice. So we really appreciate that, Madam Leslie.
Can I come in, Abdul? I just want
I was about to give you the mic. Go ahead.
Yeah. My question is actually, I am not worried about the United Nations and the legality side of this issue. I am more worried about now Israel recognize us, and we are so grateful about that. But we want to make sure this will be a fruitful recognition. So the government of Israel bravely recognized us, and we want more engagement with people-to-people engagement. We need investment, our country, because we have been deprived from the international financial system. We were not part of it. We were not getting any investment. Everything we done in our country, we done without the support of any other country or the international community. They were mainly supporting Somalia, which was chaos throughout the last 84 years. We created a peaceful democracy, a parliamentarian system, a presidential election without the support of the international community. So we did not get enough investment to our different sectors. We are an extremely rich country when it comes to natural resources. We have got more oil and gas than most of the Arab countries. I think we got more gas than the state of Qatar. We have got huge amount of oil, both offshore and on land. We have the second longest coastline in Africa. We have huge amount of fish that we can export to the international market. We have one of the best rare earth minerals, gypsum, lithium, copper, gold, you name it, uranium. We have our country is extremely rich. So we need investment. We need the private sector of the Israeli investment to come. And we also need to build infrastructure like transportation, logistics, and roads, railways, to create a viable economy, which can actually facilitate our commercial industry. So we want to also industrialize our country.